Hey guys, welcome to this Viet Can Cook. So today I am going to make my family tradition this time of year is to make pho. So in order to make pho, you have to have a good stock. So what I use is usually oxtail and also chicken. I put the oxtail and the chicken in a big pot and add water to it, and I boil it for roughly 2 hours until the oxtail is really tender and it's like falling off the bone. So once you put the meat in the pot with water, boil the meat on high until you see it's boiling. Then just lower the temperature to like roughly around medium, and just let it simmer for roughly 2 hours. While the stock is boiling, what I use is that I prep my herbs that will go into the stock. So what I normally use as far as herb for pho are onions, 1 whole onion, ginger, I use cinnamon bark, I use star of anise, I use nutmeg, I use fennel, and a few other herbs that I generally use, But you can also go to your local Asian or Vietnamese market, and they have these herbs, all bundled up in a package for you. So you can just use those herbs, buy it and use those herbs to put it in your stock. And so what I use is that once I organize all my herb on a pan, is that I put it in the oven and I kind of caramelize it, until it get somewhat burnt. That will enhance the flavor of the herb and also enhance the flavor of your stock. So you don't want to put all the herb just directly into the stock. You want to find one of those, bag, the herb bag, and you want to put the herb in the bag so that way when you put it in the stock, it doesn't go over the stock that you're making. So all the herbs should go into one bag, before you put them in the stock. So preheat the oven for 350 degrees, and once it's done preheating, put all your herbs in the oven for about, I would say, no more than 10 minutes. Once you put the bag of herb in the stock, you want to boil the bag of herb with the stock for another 45 minutes. During that time, you can start prepping your garnishes that you'll be placing on top of the pho. Some of the garnishes that you will be using is cilantro, green onions, and also white onion. And I'll show you how to prep these ingredients. So now, since you have prepped your garnishing, what you need to do now is add fish sauce to your stock. You know, this is one of my favorite fish sauce. I don't know if you can see it. I know it might be a little backward, but this is my favorite fish sauce. It's the 3 crab fish sauce. You know, it's a little more expensive, you know, than your regular fish sauce, but the flavor is phenomenal. You want to add the fish sauce to your stock, you know, to taste, you know, so you don't want it, you want it to be somewhat salty, but not too salty. But again, it's depending on, you know, your taste. So you want to add that to your stock. So now that your broth is ready, you will need to go back to your meat, your chicken, your oxtail, and take the meat away from the bone. If you want to, you can leave the meat on the oxtails too, you know, depending, you know, what you like, how you like to eat it. So I like to eat it where, you know, it's the oxtail is on the bone and the chicken is, the meat is, you know, is shredded away from the bone. Now, some of your other ingredients that you will need to prep, you know, so that way you can add into your bowl are bean sprouts, Thai basil, hoisin sauce, sriracha, and your lime wedges. You also need to buy rice noodle. The brand that I use is a dry version, and what you need to do is you need to soak this dry noodle in water for about 30 minutes. Prior to putting in the bowl, you need to take a handful amount of these rice noodle and put it in hot water. You know, soften it in hot water before you put it in your bowl. And I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, now we are all ready to assemble our bowl of pho. Again, the first thing you need to do is to soak your noodle, your pho noodle in water for 30 minutes. Once it's done, what you need to do is get a strainer like this, put a handful of noodle in the strainer, then in boiling water, you want to cook it in boiling water. This is how I'm doing it. Just gradually cooking it in boiling water until it gets tender. Oops. It would take, like, I would say, you know, a couple minutes, but judge to see if the noodles tender. Once tender, you should be able to, it should be able to look, you know, it looks soft. It's soft, you know, and it's not see-through anymore, you know, but it's in like an opaque color. So once it's tender, you want to take it out, strain the water, and put it in your bowl like this. So after you've put your noodle in the bowl, your cooked noodle in the bowl, you want to add your ingredients together. You want to add your chicken, and you want to assemble so it look kind of nice, you know. What's it called? Presentation, you know. You want your presentation to look nice. Then you want to add some green onions, cilantro, and white onion. Then to top it all off, you want to add your oxtail to your bowl. Then the last bit you want to do is to add your broth to your bowl of pho. Make sure to put a lot of broth in there. So now you have your soup in the bowl and everything's all ready for you to put your bean sprout on it, put your sriracha, put hoisin sauce and a squeeze of lime, and dig in. Happy New Year. Enjoy.